the show that are listening for the first time. You've heard about Fade to Black. You're coming in and you're checking it out, or you've been with us for a while, a year, 2 years, whatever. And I understand that. Okay, but let me explain a couple of things. The Fadernauts have been sending in pictures of them sporting their Fade to Black gear, their T-shirts and their hats and stuff from all around the world. And that trend, I'm not sure when it started exactly, but one of the first was Kat Fleming. Singing with her band, wearing the Fade to Black shirt up on stage, things like that. But it started this trend of Fade to Black gear, and we've got a Fade to Black gear page with the Fadernauts over on the website. You can go and check that out. And if you have, an image and you want to have it up on that page, you can send it in and post it, and you can also email it to me. We'll add it to the page. But Kat Fleming was there from the beginning, so it's her birthday tonight. Happy birthday, Kat, and we will get to more of that at the top of the hour when we swing this back around. And that is the reason for the show tonight. And so for those out there that may not know what I'm talking about, tonight's a great show for you to listen to the phone calls, get engaged over at Twitter, and go to hashtag F2B and see what is going on over there and see what everybody is posting. I got to tell you, Mark, you spent a lot of time on this. This is very, very cool. All right. Let's get to the breaking news. All right. Press release today that an asteroid estimated to be 1.2 miles wide, ginormous, will fly by Earth next week, but it's not expected to collide with our planet. You don't have to worry about that, but it's big and you can see it. And if an asteroid could be aware of such things like COVID-19, coronavirus, it appears to be wearing a face mask. That's right, because it knows it's cruising by planet Earth, and it doesn't want to get infected. You need to look at the images. This thing is wearing a face mask. It's pretty cool. The images are from Arecibo Observatory in Puerto Rico. The asteroid is called 52768 1998 OR2 and was first reported and spotted in 1998, in case you can't figure that out. But next week on April 29th, it will pass within 3,908,000 miles of Earth, traveling at 19,461 miles per hour. It's still 16 times farther than the distance of the Earth to the moon. The flyby is expected to occur next Wednesday, April 29th at 5:56 a.m. Eastern Time. There you go. Now, today, I do this day in history, but I'm going to do this as a breaking news story today because I've got another good and cool this day in history that's going to be coming up, OTD, on this day. But the first ever YouTube video was uploaded on April 23rd, 2005. Now, that's exactly 15 years ago today. All right? YouTube co-founder Jawed Karim posted the 18-second video titled Me at the Zoo. It has since accumulated over 90 million views. And to this day, it's the only video on Kareem's channel, and you can go and check that out. But that's pretty trippy. 15 years. It's actually a lot longer than you would think, right? Okay, here we go. For the first time in history, the entire surface of the moon has been mapped and geology classified. That's right, paving the way for safer future moon landings and reminding us to look upwards once more. It's incredible to see. Scientists from the United States Geographical Survey of Astrogeology Science Center, in collaboration with NASA and the Lunar Planetary Institute, have produced the Unified Geologic Map of the Moon. It is at 1 to 5 million scale, marking the culmination of decades of work, and you need to check it out. Thank you for that, Mike Schwartz. That's a great picture, and that's going to get yourself a retweet during the break. Thank you, everybody. You didn't have to post all these pictures of faded black shirts, but that's pretty cool. You want to check that out? Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Hashtag F2B is the sandbox. The Starworks USA UFOs and Artificial Intelligence Conference in Laughlin, Nevada at the Aquarius Hotel and Casino is happening November 5th through the 8th. I need you to go to StarWorksUSA.com for tickets and info. I'm going to be there. Grant Cameron's going to be there. Paul Hynek's going to be there. James Fox is going to be there with his new film, The Phenomenon. Another dozen international and national guests will be there. I'm going to be hosting. Rita's going to be there. The entire Fade to Black crew. It's going down November 5th through the 8th. StarWorksUSA.com for tickets, and you just need to click on the banners over at JimmyChurchRadio.com. The biggest event, certainly the biggest single-day event on the planet for our community, is scheduled for June 20th. Coming up here in a couple of months at the historic Los Angeles Park in downtown Los Angeles, and I'm talking about Disclosure Fest. Last year, we had around 20,000 attendees. You need to think about the size of that number for a second when you think about these types of conferences. This year, we were expecting much more. Obviously, the pandemic and the worldwide crisis stepped into play, but the event is scheduled to occur on June 20th, and that is according to the state of California, and of course the city of Los Angeles. Go to disclosurefest.org for all of your updated info. Let's get the show cracking. Happy birthday to today. Valerie Bertinelli is 60. That's right. Dev Patel, today, 30 years old. 30 years old. The Newsroom. Oh, man, I still can't believe that series ended. Lion, great movie. Slumdog Millionaire, all of that. Dev Patel, today's 30 years old. Def Leppard's Steve Clark, today is 60. Faster Pussycats' Brent Muscat, today is 53. And of course, OG FADERNIGHT Cat Fleming today, 29 years old. All right, our dead guy's birthday today is Roy Orbison. 1936 to 1988, died at the age of 52. One of the greatest voices in history. Roy wrote or co-wrote Only the Lonely, Running Scared, Crying, In Dreams, and Oh, Pretty Woman. And in 1988, he co-founded the Traveling Wilburys with George Harrison, Bob Dylan, Tom Petty, and Jeff Lynne. Orbison died of a heart attack in December 1988 at the age of 52, and 1 month later, his song, You Got It, was released as a solo single and became his first hit to reach the U.S. top 10 in nearly 25 years. Happy birthday, Roy Orbison. On this day in history, OTD, 1969, Sirhan Sirhan is sentenced to the death penalty after being convicted in the assassination of politician Robert F. Kennedy, right here in Los Angeles, California. Then in 1972, Sirhan's sentence was commuted to life in prison after California abolished the death penalty. Here's your Fader fact. 2 years ago, this is a good one too. Check this out. 2 years ago, Pakistan started a billion tree tsunami project. And that project was to plant 1 billion trees all over the country within 5 years. Today, just 2 years into the project, they have a 70% increase in honey. And that is your Fader Fact. Tonight is another Fader night. Open lines all night long. Rodney McMullen is going to be joining us the bottom of the hour from Life Change Tea. We're going to be talking about your immune systems. And then later on tonight, we're going to open up the phone line. So get ready for that. The call-in number is 747-228-2051. Let me take a second to drink this River Moon coffee. In my Lynn Lewis Elvis mug. It's OG night tonight on Fade to Black. All right. Lynn Lewis, man, I miss her so much. She loved the FADERNIGHts. Okay. So today, I had my air conditioning guy stop by the house to get things tip-top before we have this heat wave that's about to hit us over the weekend here in Burbank. Finally, they're saying it's going to get above 90 degrees, and it's been freezing cold here for the last 2 months, and it's been raining for the last 6 weeks. The sun came out 3 or 4 days ago, and then it just immediately started to get warm. And I'm serious, it was cold. Heaters were on for the last 6 weeks, and then boom, heat wave this weekend. So I had them stop by. Just wanted to make sure that we were ready to go after the winter season. And I just want to say this, and he might be listening right now. I don't know if I should say his name. Can I say his name? Should I say? His name's Uric. All right. Now, I've known him for a long time, about 10 years. And I know his brother, met his kids. And he's just a friend, but he's a great AC guy, HVAC guy. So he arrived, and I walked out to his truck when he pulled up and, did all the normal things, greeted him, shook his hands, And now, although, I want to say this, although Uric knows what I do, we've never talked about it. Never. Over the years, never talked about anything. He has literally said to me on the phone a couple of times, "Got the show to do tonight?" "Yeah, I do." "Okay, cool. Well, okay, I'll stop by and whatever." But that's as far as it's gone. Now, let me say this. He pulls up in his truck. He gets out. And I'm shaking his hands, and he literally turns to me and he goes, "So, Jimmy, this COVID-19 thing is a hoax, right?" And I'm like, "What?" And I was like, "Okay, here we go." Now, we sort of talked about it, and I did the dance. What do I do with that? And I told them that I really didn't know the facts because I don't, not yet anyway. And that, I've read, I've heard all of the different theories that are going around right now. And I kind of left it at that. But it took me by surprise. And he goes through our AC system, and we're sitting on the patio. We were going through testing. We're testing the heat. We're testing the AC, switching things on and off, listening to things, and he's cleaned filters and so forth, right? Just going through the system. And we're sitting out on the patio, drinking some coffee. And he starts to ask me about different shows. I was like, "What?" He's asking me about YouTube. He's asking me about the different personalities out there. He's dropping names. And I'm like, what is going on? And it turns out that he's full on engaged with everything. Both extremes, by the way. He's dropping names and subjects one after another. And I was like, whoa. I couldn't believe it. Everything came out of his mouth in about 3 minutes. I'm talking about 5G, Q, Deep State, the Cabal, Egypt, secrets in history, the CIA, the NSA, YouTube censorship, Facebook, CNN, Fox, fake news, chemtrails, And yes, he even brought up UFOs and TTSA. My mind was blown. My AC guy. Not only does he listen to Fade to Black every night, which I didn't know, by the way. I did not know this. He listens to everything. All of it. I said, what do you mean, Fade to Black? He goes, man, listen, man, I listened to your entire show last night, and I thought about this coming in today, that I had all of these questions that I was like, whoa. Let's worry about the AC. I swear. So I said, let's get the AC perfect, and let's talk about all this. I mean, he was totally, and I mean fully, informed on every single little drama that's going down right now in the conspiracy world. And before you start thinking of this name or that, yes, but he went out a few onion layers deeper with names. And I was, he's sending me links. He's like, you got to check this out. You got to check this out. You got to check this out. You got to get this person on. I was blown away. And my point to all of this, you never know who's listening. This is somebody that I've known for 10 years. And when he told me today, because I've never mentioned Fade to Black to him, when he mentioned to me today that he found the show from going out there and researching and went, aha, my friend Jimmy. That's how he found the show. He didn't find it because I gave him a Fade to Black t-shirt 5 years ago. No. And we never talked about it. I mean, oh, man. Now, I'm not going to mention names or some of the questions that he was asking today, but they were all the same concerns that we, not only that we share, but you read about it out there in different places on the internet and in social media. And he is a great technician. He really knows his stuff. He's a very professional guy with a very big company. He's got a lot of people that work for him. It's a privilege that he comes out to our house personally to take care of things. But I had no idea. You never know. You never know. Just like you at your home, somebody comes by to deliver something, to drop something off, to fix something, to repair something, and you never know. You just never know. It was unbelievable. So that was my day today. I'm in a great mood. I got to get out of here. I got to get Rodney McMullen in. He'll be right here after this short break. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. It is Thursday night. It is Fader night with open lines all night long. The call-in number is 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. Write that down. I'm going to open up the phone lines after the next break. Stay with us. It's Fade to Black on the Game Changer Network and KGRA, The Planet. We'll be right back.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net. KGRA Radio.
When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black Blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Teppy. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com.
OMG! People are jumping on board to the Life Change Tea Regiment. Brew, steep, and drink for a gentle, taste-great cleanse. It's changing how they feel. See what everybody's talking about. Log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. Life Change Tea aids in digestive slowdown and helps people get moving down a healthy path. We won't make claims. We'll just let you decide. Experience is much better than a commercial anyway. If you want results, log on to getthetea.com and purchase your super strength cleansing tea. You won't be disappointed. And if you're looking for some mind-body suggestions, go to YouTube and punch in the search bar Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now. Put power into your health now. So, getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com for super strength tea. And YouTube, Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now for valuable suggestions. Getthetea.com. The tea that makes you go.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, The Planet.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Massey, and you're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Tonight, Thursday night, Fader night. Open lines all night long. I'm going to open up the phone lines at the top of the hour. My favorite night of the week. And it even gets more favorited when I have Rodney McMullen on. Rodney McMullen joins us from Life Change Tea. Very excited. And you know what? I'm just going to kill the intro music. That's it. I'm done. Rodney McMullen. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm always fantastic when you join the show. And that, you know what? And I'm not just saying that. I get to relax. I got the voice with me. Rodney McMullen.
You're kind.
Oh, man. Crazy times right now, Ronnie. And
yes.
I feel like we're walking around in a bad science fiction B movie. The end of everything. The funny thing is with the entire planet being affected by this, for whatever reasons, whether it's coronavirus or the economy, tourism, it's crazy, right? But the version of the apocalypse that I thought it was going to be, right? The Armageddon pushing a shopping cart up a road through burned out buildings across a desert in search of water. It's not that. It's me sitting on my couch playing PlayStation 4 24 hours a day and struggling for toilet paper and things. That's insane to me. And before we continue, did you ever think of, you're a race car guy. You know what time it is. Did you ever think that there would be a day that a roll of toilet paper would be worth more than a barrel of oil?
I never thought that, but I never thought that I would be sitting in a soft martial law either.
Yeah, right?
I mean, seriously, over something that has been, I think anger, I try not to have anger, but I have anger sometimes at the corruption at every level.
Right.
At every level. You look at the politics, and you've never seen the circus like the circus is. I mean, and I won't go into detail, but we all know that the politics is a circus. But when you start seeing it bleed into the healthcare system, and this is where we're supposed to take care of people. We're supposed to take care of our own. And this is what upsets me so much, because the news media, which, we'll just call them the mass media, is lying at every corner. At every state, they're lying. And they know they're lying. And this is what's hard, because, my job right now is to help people.
Right.
That's my job, is to help people. And so these people should have charges brought up to them for murder. Well, and I'll tell you why, because the fear that is going on, some of these people can't take it. There are people losing their cool.
I know.
Now, for me, I'm going to have a Corona to beat the coronavirus and sit in my house and say, I hope this comes over, is gone pretty soon. But there's people losing their cool, or there's people that don't have good marriages, and there's domestic violence, and this is bad. There are actually people dying, heart attacks. We can go on. And of course, they're going to die of a heart attack, and they're going to be labeled COVID-19. Well,
right.
They should be charged. Jimmy.
Yes. Pummeling the fear. I'm talking about with a 2x4 over the head of every single person on this planet for months on end is going to take its toll. And there needs to be some responsibility taken here. And I'll say this, I cannot believe that the opposite approach was not taken. The opposite approach should have been, from the word go, take care of yourself, take vitamins, build up your immune system, make sure that you're in place. You're going to be okay if you do these things, instead of the opposite. There could have been a totally different reaction to this, not only at the economic level, but the political level, throughout the status quo of society. It could have been handled a completely different way, instead of this bleak darkness that has been portrayed 24/7. If you go to any mass media outlet, except for Fade to Black, if you go to any mass media outlet, I challenge anybody to find a single story that is not coronavirus related. A single story. They have 100 links on their homepage, and each one of them is coronavirus. And this has been going on for what seems like forever, but certainly since the end of January. And here we are.
Our social media will pull down anything at all that is related to truth. They will pull down when people take videos, and there's multiple. Did I say that word yet? Multiple videos of hospitals that are empty.
Well,
empty.
You know what really got me today? I saw a video, and we need to talk about immune systems, by the way. We need to focus on this discussion. But I'll say this. I saw a video today of the police. I'm not going to name the city or anything like that. It doesn't matter. It could be anywhere in the United States. Handcuffing a mom at a playground because her kids were on the swings. Now, wait a minute here.
Yeah, no warning there.
That's a zone we don't need to be going into. That right there is wrong. No child needs to see their mom put in handcuffs because they were taken to the park. That is not the man being represented. That is just wrong, and that will taint that child for life. Just completely wrong. So anyway, I could spend the whole show talking about
I could
the anger.
Too. You should have me on sometime. We just discussed this.
I've done.
Let's help people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talking about this doesn't help anybody. It just makes people, their anger boil. And then their blood pressure goes up, and then I got to give them more stuff.
Well, this is what I think is so important, that I have talked so much with you and without you on my own on this show about the changes that myself and my family have made, in large part because of our relationship with you over the years. But coming way before coronavirus hit us, I was bragging about I didn't fear anything, right? I haven't gotten a cold in years. I'm not worried about things. I just know that I have been taking care of myself, and I feel the changes. I see the changes. And not only with things like a little bit of weight loss, some say it's more, I think it's less, but I think it's my general appearance. I look healthier, and people think that, I've done all of these big things, but it's all about the immune system and how you straighten yourself out. Your body rewards you from that. And here we have this global thing going on right now, and people panicking. Had they been listening to me and listening to you, they'd be laughing right now as well. How important is your immune system?
Well, it's the difference between shields up or shields down.
Right.
And that's putting it in a basic way for people to understand. If you're going to go into a battle zone, you better have your shields up. And shield is your immunity. Your immunity is such an important issue. And your body, see, this is what's awesome. We don't need some stupid doctor telling us what to do. Now, I'm for doctors, but the one that's in charge right now, we all know his name, that guy needs to resign. But when we have an immune system and a body that knows what to do, it does. It knows what to do. All we have to do is feed it a little bit if it's down. And a lot of our immune systems might be up. This whole social distancing thing, this is a very interesting thing because it's not good for the immunity. When you social distance and you don't have this thing bouncing back and forth, then you can actually lower your immunity. People don't tell you that sugar lowers and suppresses your immune system. Nobody says anything, but sugar's in every frickin' thing that we buy. You go, hey, I think I'm going to have a steak tonight. Oh, hey, look, there's sugar in it. Everything has sugar in it. But it just takes your immune system down. So what we have to do is we have to build our immune system. I notice these stupid doctors are not talking about, there's good doctors on, but then they get taken down. The good doctors will tell you, exercise. And you're not crazy like 2 hours a day or something crazy that we can't do, but exercise. And you say, well, I'm locked down to my house. Well, you can still do push-ups. You can still do sit-ups. You can still do, calisthenics, jumping jacks. There's all kinds of little things you can do. And the whole idea is this is good for your immune system because you're oxygenating. And that is important. This is not even counting the supplements that I have that would help you. And this is there was actually I'm not mentioning names. There was a dumb doctor out there saying you can't build the immune system. It can't be done. Did you go to school?
Right.
Really? So anyway, okay, I got that out. I feel better now.
No, it's just and see, I did it naturally. In that my body started crying for things which it hadn't done before, and I was going through some changes, and I gravitated towards, trying to find solutions. The universe reached out, brought you and I together. The next thing you know, I have everything at my disposal that I need. And then I naturally, we've talked about this so much, I found my little thing that works for me each day. And it's a combination of a lot of things. And Ronnie does send me things every month to check out. Hey, you've got to check this out. I've just introduced this. Let me know what you think. And I have that ability to do that. I can only suggest in the strongest of terms, go to getthetea.com, do a little shopping, make the changes, take 3 months. And then at the end of the 3 months, look at yourself. Everybody wants a quick Band-Aid, right? They just want to wake up.
Remote control people.
Right. And that tomorrow, you're magically, you're
take a pill. Boom. Oh, we're done.
Now, take a pill. You're gonna lose 30 pounds tonight while you sleep. It's whatever. But if you invest that 3 months and then you look back and you go, whoa. Right now, if they want instant satisfaction, drink the tea for the first time, and you will get instant results. But there is a certain regimen that you just find yourself on, and you get this thing that happens. The clarity of the mind, you have energy, you're sleeping right, you're getting up right, you see the changes, your face looks different, you feel different. People start saying things to you. That's what you need to do. And that's when your immune system starts to reward you, because your body is back the way it was when you were born, right? And because you've just spent 30, 40, 50 years abusing your body. We've all done it.
Here's the thing I look at, is nobody talks about this. These supplements feed your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if your mind is getting goofed up, which fear will do that, because it releases cortisol, it releases adrenaline, it releases glucose. So if you're a diabetic or a type 2 diabetic, you might find lately in the past month and a half, your blood sugars are skyrocketing because you're watching every special there is, and they're all saying you're going to have to be locked down for the rest of your life, social distancing for the rest of your life, because we want you to be like that because we're in charge. That's enough right there to just drop cortisol in your body. But guess what? That is not a good thing. So when you're having cortisol, you're not making good decisions. And this is why a lot of people are going goofy. So when you supplement yourself, you feed your brain. Your body actually craves it. I have people that drink my tea, and it's a regimen for them, just like you were talking about. It's a regimen. They get the tea, they make it, they brew it, they drink it every single month. Not just a 1 month, let me get cleansed, and okay, I'm good. It's like washing your car once a year. Really? So you drink it every single month, and they get to a point where, it's like they'll say, I can't live without the tea. Their body actually craves something good. And then if they go off and they eat something that's not so good for them, and we all do that, I'm not scolding anybody, then their body says, whoa, don't like that. Need better stuff. Need to get fixed. And the thing is when you're dealing with your digestive tract, and Socrates said it very well when he talked about your gut, and he says all disease starts from the gut. So when you're talking about your gut and you cleanse your gut, it's a great, let me tell you something. A lot of people will go, I don't want to do that tea. And that's fine. That's okay. But guess what? If you have problems with digesting, now all of a sudden, it doesn't matter what you take, whether you take my supplements, somebody else's supplements, whatever, it's not going to digest. And if it doesn't digest, then if you're taking something to balance your sugars, that's not going to work. If you're going to take something to help your blood or blood pressure or anything, it's not going to work because it's not digesting. And if you're not digesting, your blood sugar goes up, and I can tell you a lot of other things that go on. So it's not a good thing. This is how the big C starts in your body. Mm-hmm. So all you have to do, this is so simple. And this is something for a lot of you, a lot of the FADERnuts, they were already taking this stuff before this hit. So for me, and I saw a doctor talk like this too, because he's a supplement guy. He goes, I will go in any emergency room, in any COVID-19 full of anything, and I will go and I will not worry about getting anything. This is not as serious as they're making it out to be. If your immune system is not compromised, you are good to go. And if your immune system is not fed, okay, then it makes it tough. And right now, there's so many people out there. There's like the thought police, with government officials saying, "Oh man, the supplement guys are out there and they're really talking up claims." And he's like, "I'm not claiming anything. It's like basic." And what's interesting is a lot of the doctors, and some of you are very doctorified, and that's fine. I'm not coming against that. But a lot of the doctors are not trained in nutrition. And just so you know, if you wind the clocks back about 100 years, most of the pharmaceuticals at that time were helping people. Why? Because they were herbs.
There's another aspect to this that I've never really mentioned, but this is how the super strength tea is involved in our life. It could be anything, Ronnie. It could be anything. But this is our house now. My toe hurts. Rita will go, okay, let me go make some tea. Let me get you some. Okay. All right. Oh, man. I spent too much time in the garden today. I got a sunburn. Let me make you some tea. It's just like it doesn't matter what it is.
That's funny.
It's
That's funny.
Honey, you want to watch a movie tonight? Yeah, hold on. Let me get some tea.
Rita, I love you.
It is that much a part of our lives, and it's because I know that the digestives, everything that's below my head, everything that is below my head where that tea goes through, it's just cleaning things out, and there are things that shouldn't be there, and it's that simple. And that's why we drink the tea. And usually the affliction, whatever is going on, it's related to something down there. And it can't get any more fundamental than that. Now, I want everybody to go to getthetea.com. Okay? When you go to getthetea.com, the links are over at jimmychurchradio.com. Click. Go to the specials page. When you go to the specials page, the third, right in the top row, there's 3 deals there. There's a bunch on the page, but top row, all the way to the right, the Immune Builder. This is a kit and package that is dramatically discounted right now. I want to thank Ronnie for doing that. You can go and look, but there are 4 products here. And Ronnie, I want you to go through what is in this package.
Well, obviously the tea is in there, so we know, and the Fadernauts that have done the tea and you're on the tea, you're going, yeah, we know. And the ones of you that have not tried it, I would just tell you might want to give it a whirl. So the tea is going to do great for cleaning you, getting rid of GMOs, a lot of garbage that sits in your colon that shouldn't be there. But I wanted to talk, and it's so funny, you must have read my mind, because I got 2 specials on the front page. If you go to getthetea.com and scroll down, you'll see 2 specials. One's 8th Element. We can talk about that briefly, and we can talk about the Heart Love. But Jimmy kind of went off over here on this special about the Immune Builder, and that's really kind of cool because that's something I wanted to talk about. So you'll see this new product called Bioastin, and what that is astaxanthin, and it's 12 milligrams, which is like the top amount of astaxanthin that you can take.
And we've been talking about this for a few months now.
And it is liquid, so it's a liquid gel cap. So what happens is it's a now thing. Now you'll notice that there's salmon in there, that I've got sockeye salmons there, and you'll be like, well, that's kind of a weird match. That's because you need fats, and the fats go with the bioastin, and it makes it work better and faster. Now, let me tell you the reason. You also see a book there, and it's a small book. It's a quick read, and there's a reason I did that. Not to get everybody bored reading a bunch of books, but this book will tell you all about astaxanthin and bioastin and what it does for your body. And it is so much that if I talked about it with Jimmy right now, we'd probably get thrown out because of making so many claims. But there's a lot of clinical trials, and they do great things. If you have an eye issues, let me tell you something. It's something you're going to want to do. If you're having joint problems, it's something you're going to want to do. If you are looking for an immune builder, did you notice what I just said? An immune builder, you're going to want this bioastin. And of course, the fats, again, when you're taking it with the sockeye salmons, it's going to dissolve quicker, it's going to go into your body better, and it's going to utilize much better. And this is what's really important because I'll just be honest, I've got a couple issues in my body that I don't really want to discuss. But one of the things that were going on was my skin. So like I go out and I love to be in the garden, or I like to play with my dog, and just one little light scratch and I bleed like a sieve. And it started bothering me because usually that's a sign of old age, and I'm not that old yet. So I was like, oh my God, that really bothers me. Since I've been taking the bioastin, okay, I started it the 5th of December. Since I've been taking it, my skin is toughened up, so now I can play with my dog, and I very rarely get cuts anymore. And when I do, I don't bleed like a sieve. So my skin has gotten stronger and better. And so it's great for the skin, it's great for the eyes, it's great for the joints, it's great for cardiovascular. So I can't say enough good stuff about it. So if you have the tea cleansing you, and then you turn around, you take the sockeyes and the bioastin, you are going to be rocking. And the book is about you getting educated, not listening to me, but educated by a doctor and by clinical studies that show you this stuff really works. So anyway, that's very exciting.
Now, what about everybody's talking about vitamin D3 these days?
Yeah. Yeah, it's very good for you, but you can also get vitamin D sitting out in the sun. Just don't sit out in the sun like 5 hours and get burnt and you end up with some kind of cancerous thing. You don't do that. But just go out and get 5 or 10 minutes here and there, a couple, 2 or 3 times a day, I take my shirt off sometimes if it's a nice out, and just get that absorbed in you. Anything. It's like for this, if you were to wind the clocks back 50 years, supplements were there, but they weren't as heavy, and they were kind of interesting supplements. And the reason I say that is because most of the vitamins that we got 50 years ago came from our food. So your food was your medicine. So now your food's not your medicine because Monsanto got involved. So now there's GMOs, there's genetically modified, and notice those words, genetically modified organisms, organism. Something's coming inside you, changing you from the inside out. And we could go deeper in that, but we'll just leave it there. So this is something you want to get cleansed of, and this is why you need the supplements now and why you didn't need them as bad clear back when, because your food was medicine. And if you're eating organic food, that's so much better for you. You still need to supplement a little bit, but if you're doing a lot of organic foods and you really know what you're doing, you know what vitamins are in what vegetable and so on and so forth, you can really navigate yourself to greater health. And this is important right now because a lot of you are probably feeling like Jimmy and I with this situation, this pandemic that's being overplayed, and you might be angry or upset or frustrated or, there's a lot of words we can pick. And guess what? If we feed our brain and we get strong, then we'll have a say in this world. But if we're on our deathbed fighting for our life because we got the big C, that's not a life to live. And we can change that by doing something about it. And exercise, by the way, is one of it. Drinking, let me tell you something. Just drinking fresh water, purified water, so important because that's another thing that's going to make these supplements work. If you are deficient in water, you're not going to be, it's not going to absorb. It's not going to work well. So you want to be drinking. Do not be dehydrated. That's not a good thing. You want to be drinking about half your weight in ounces. Okay.
Now, everybody can head over, and thank you for everything, Ronnie. And also, I wanted to just suggest this: if you're not a tea drinker, or if you're going to be away from home, or if you're traveling, another great product that I do take is a D365. It's not quite the strength of the tea, but it's a pill. So
it does the job.
It does the job, and you've got a great special right there, the D365 bundle, and I take that all the time. Thank you so much, Ronnie. The promo code is FADER, right? FADER.
Yes, FADER for free shipping, and that's on top of the specials you see. So if you have a special and you see it right there, and you go, "Wow, that's really good. Can I do both?" Just put FADER in the coupon code, hit apply, and bam, you get free shipping, and I'm going to pay the shipping for you.
There you go. See, it just goes to show you Ronnie's passion. Right now, he is fighting for us. Thank you so much, Ronnie. Thank you for being a part of this show, which seems like forever, and you're going to be around for many years to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jimmy. Love you, man.
Love you right back. Rodney McMullen, Life Change Tea. GetTheTea.com. The promo code is FADER, FADER. You will get yourself free shipping. I think it's orders over $50, right? But promo code is FADER, FADER. When you check out, you're going to get free shipping. GetTheTea.com. Rodney McMullen. All right, let's open up the phone lines. This is Fade to Black. It is Thursday night. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station, Salt Lake City, Utah, Van Buren, Arkansas.
Hello, my name is Billy Carson, and I am a best-selling author and the founder of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Together with my team, we have built an all-new conscious streaming TV platform designed with every family member in mind. If you have ever wanted to travel the world and attend lectures and workshops from your favorite speakers but weren't able to, look no further. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. There are dozens of workshops and lectures from speakers you know and love. We have also included amazing categories to assure that your consciousness is entertained and elevating on a daily basis. Amazing interviews, ancient history, ascension knowledge, wisdom teachings, documentaries, conspiracies, mysteries, health and fitness, conscious cooking, meditations, finance, yoga, and so much more. To start your free trial on any mobile device or computer, surf to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's Forbidden Knowledge with the number 4, ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Again, visit ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Introducing the new Surfer Music app. Listen, Fade or not, you know I love my music. This is my go-to for all things notes. The Surfer app is a brand new concept in music listening. Surfer is free, providing unlimited access to thousands of live streaming radio stations. Surfer is an exciting interactive listening experience. Discovery and surprise are built right in. Surfer is your destination to discover and rediscover great live streaming music. It features high-quality audio streams, free access to music from thousands of live streaming radio stations, unlimited listening, unlimited skipping. You get a music visualizer, and you can also select your favorite channels. Get it at the Apple App Store or Google Play. Just search Surfer Music or click on the Surfer banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Go Beckley Teppy.
Okay, nurse, let's get this man to the ER stat.
Right away, doctor.
We see this every day. Heart attack or angina pain due to blocked and clogged arteries. Chelation can remove obstructions or blockages from arteries and help avoid painful and expensive surgery. Now there's Angioprim. It's a liquid oral chelation product that you take with juice. You start to feel the results fast. Angioprim increases blood flow all over the body, and that means more energy and strength to take on the day with less aches and pains. 60 years of research has gone into chelation, and Angioprim is the result. A safe and easy way to unblock your veins and arteries from buildup that slow circulation.
Paging Dr. Jones. Please report to the emergency room right away.
Log on now to angioprim.com. That's ANGIOPRIM.com. Or to speak with a trained consultant. Give Angioprim a call at 954-882-7221. That's 954-882-7221.
Hello, I'm Katie, and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black, on the Game Changer Network and the KGRA Digital Broadcast Station.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to jimmychurchradio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier. And this is Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers.
Yes.
We are also Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier.
And I'm Ari Gold.
We're the Honey Brothers.
And you're listening to Jimmy Church.
The Revolution.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official Fadernaut by just going to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black, across the globe on the Game Changer Radio Network and the one and only KGRA Radio, The Planet.
Welcome back. Thursday night, Fader Night. Open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. Tonight, we celebrate the birthday of Kat Fleming. If you call in and you hear my voice, if you don't say happy birthday to Kat, I'm going to hang up on you. That's the treatment that you're going to get tonight. So let's see who's up first. Hi, welcome to Fade to Black. Who's calling?
My name is Scott.
Hey,
I'm from Northeast Oklahoma.
How you doing, Scott?
I'm doing good. And happy birthday to Kat Fleming.
You started off on the right foot, my man.
I tell you what, whenever you're in the band and you're into music, you know it all.
Thank you for that, Scott, and we really appreciate it. She's just absolutely amazing. So there you go. What's on your mind tonight?
Well, I'll tell you what, I run a paper out with my wife. We've done it for so many years, and I brought to you through Coast to Coast, and came across they're coming to, listen to Fade to Black on my phone while we were doing the paper route, and I heard you the other night when we was talking about game systems. You was talking about the original, Odyssey. The Odyssey game system.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I still have an original Odyssey game system, man. I still play it every once in a while. It's fun. Just kind of whip that thing up, dust the dust bunnies off in there, and just sit there and go boink, 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 boink. You talked about a lot of different game systems, but you never mentioned the Coleco video game system, man. That was actually done by the same people who's doing what was called Atom Computer System.
Yeah, Coleco, there was, and Coleco was one of them. As those gaming consoles started to come out, it was tough, especially at my age and our age out there, where you couldn't convince your parents to go out and drop $150, right? And back then, $150 was a whole lot of money. And
yeah, it was.
And so some of our friends had one gaming system. We'd go over to their house and play it, and we go over to it. It was really funny how that went down, and the different versions of these basic games, and playing them. But you're absolutely right, man. Coleco was huge. It was huge. Our house, it was Odyssey, and then Sega. And the very first versions of Sega, when you got that, you thought you were in the big leagues. I mean, it was such a big jump.
There was so many different jumps, even just, playing Odyssey and then going and playing just the original Super Mario Brothers. Just with two, turtles coming out of two pipes and two dudes down there knocking them over and kicking them off. That was just the beginning of all this stuff.
Oh man, you know what I thought was big time? Missile Command.
Yeah.
Man. Missile Command. Space Invaders, it was okay, right? It was okay. Asteroids, it was okay. Missile Command, oof. That was a lot of fun.
Yep. I'm a 66 model, so, I sit there and watch all this stuff come about, and, we'd all gather around at lunchtime during school, and whoever got the game system first, you'd pretty much there till it was time to go back to school. So everybody else kind of watched over your shoulder.
Scott, thank you so much. What's your wife's name?
My last name is Deborah.
Tell Deborah I said yo. Would you do that for me?
I sure will. We'll listen to you again tonight while we're out running this paper out. We play it again and again on our phones. So
yeah, I really appreciate that.
Times.
I really appreciate that. And then I'll see you tomorrow night over on Coast to Coast.
That sounds great. I look forward to that.
Have a great night, Scott.
You too.
That's a great phone call right there. Thank you, Scott. Really appreciate that. And nothing like a first-time caller. Man, we should do that one night where we just have nothing but first-time calls. Now, remember, if you call in tonight, you better say happy birthday to Kat. Let's see who's up next. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Ian Honda. How's it going?
Hey, Ian. What's going on?
Look, man, long-time listener. I kind of look up to you in a couple of ways, man. I do a little radio kind of thing show myself. I have a conspiracy podcast that I do once a week just for fun.
Okay, time to plug it. You get your free plug right now. What is it?
Well, I'm on YouTube. My channel name is eHonda720, and the weekly conspiracy chat is called the Gay Frog Chat.
the gay frog chat, okay? And it's
Yeah, it's a play on Alex Jones doing his thing. I mean, it's kind of lighthearted. We talk about serious stuff, but we try to have fun with it, you know?
Right on, E. All right, that's real cool. So what's on your mind tonight?
Dude, I was looking at, did you see that White House hot mic thing that happened? Have you talked about that?
I haven't talked about it. I really don't do a whole lot of politics on this show, but I try to just stay away from it. So many other great
it has less to do with politics and more to do with the fact that they're like covering up what's going on with the COVID-19 thing. They were talking about how everyone in the room had a vaccine.
Right,
and that,
right. No, I read about it. I didn't actually see the actual hot mic video. So tell me about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a real quick clip. It's like a 2-minute thing, but basically they say, hey, everyone in here has had the vaccine, so you can go ahead and take your mask off because it's not a big deal. Besides, the death rate on this thing is only 0.1 to 0.3%, which is only just as bad as the regular flu is and all this stuff. And they're like, oh, the mic's on.
Wow. And okay, that's pretty trippy. How does that make you feel? I mean, what went through your mind?
I mean, honestly, like, it's just more of the same stuff, man. It's just the shade went down for just a second, and they let the ugly face slip through. You know what I mean?
Now, do you think that conversation was truthful? Or do you think even that was said to mislead?
Well, and the thing about it is they're playing it off like it was some kind of joke, right? Like, oh, they were just joking around. That's not really what's going on. But they're not saying, like, as far as I know, and I might be wrong about this, they're not saying who said what to who. It was involved with someone in the press corps and one of the people in the, like giving the speech or whatever. Not the speech, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But they're not saying who was talking back and forth. So that needs to be addressed, I think, first of all. But beyond that, I mean, like, that's not the kind of thing that you joke about at a time like this when there's people at home starving. Well, not starving, hopefully, but, like, worried about paying their bills at least. You know what I mean? Like, it's tough times for a lot of people, myself included. I haven't had a job for 6 weeks because of this stuff.
Yeah, and see, this is the thing. When somebody said, we were joking. Right? Wait a minute here. That's the smoke screen. That's like saying, you talk to your parents about pot and you're trying to joke about it. But what I was just joking. No, you weren't. You were trying to get your parents' reaction about their view on pot. Or anything like that. Oh, I was just joking. Oh, really? Okay. Well, that's always something for me that raises a red flag. You got to scrape through it a little bit and go, okay, so where's the real truth here? Is the truth in the image of a joke? Is the truth intentionally running a hot mic? Was the hot mic accidental, and what was being spoken about is what is being discussed for real inside of the White House? You don't know any of these things. Right? You don't.
Right.
It's a bizarre situation. I totally agree. There was one. Hold on. Let me jump in. One of the best hot mic moments was when Medvedev, the president of Russia, is on a news program, and he is being interviewed, and they break for commercial. The mics are still hot. And he says, oh, yeah, aliens are real. As a matter of fact, I carry the briefcase with me that's got all of the alien data in it and who we are communicating with and which ETs are real. He goes off with the newscaster there.
Wow, man.
And they come back, and you need to go. When that broke, my family, which is Russian, Armenian, Greek, a very, very cool blend of what's going on over in Europe. But it came to me going, you've got to see this. And it was all over the Russian media. And with the translations.
When did that happen? Like, what year was that? Was that recently?
2 years ago.
That was just 2 years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up.
You can look it up. I want everybody to look it up. It'll pop up here on Twitter here in just a second. It's an insane moment. Now, the same things that I just said to you, the same questions. Was the hot mic intentional? Was he joking? Was he being serious? How does he deflect off of this in the future? All the same. It's the same situation, and it's an unbelievable hot mic moment, And some of the things that happened after that, exactly what you're saying right now. Just kidding. I was just pulling your leg. I wanted to see her. Whatever. The truth is, the mic was on. It was hot. You said these. So what do we do with it? Ultimately, I don't know. You would think that a hot mic moment like that would make headline news around the world. Why did it get squashed? I certainly saw, the chatter about it on social media, and it goes back to Medvedev. When he did it, it went a little bit viral for a minute and then was squashed. It could have been, depending on how you want to look at it, it could have been the most important words ever spoken in the history of man, right? If you take it at face value, to have the president of Russia say this to a newscaster, that's pretty heavy words, and you can't really back up off of that and go, I was just joking. I was just testing the waters. I wanted to see the reaction. No.
Well, maybe you could if, we hadn't been lied to a million times before. We're like a beaten wife who's, trusting her husband again to go out drinking tonight, and, it's going to be fine when he gets home. No, it's not. I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of the mistruths. I'm tired of the BS, and that's all we've been fed since I've been born. I mean, I'm almost 40 years old. I'm not the oldest person around. But in my entire life, we've lived in this crony capitalist system where we're given two sides of this WWF fighting rink thing where we get to choose between A and B, the lesser of two evils, which is going to, be better for us in the end? Yeah, no, which is going to be worse for us in the end. It's all planned against us. And we need to wake up to what's going on. And the more people like you speaking out and telling people to be healthy, that's a huge thing right there, man. I take it upon myself to quit smoking, but I quit smoking 6 months ago. I looked at you. You quit smoking. How long ago was that?
Oh, man, I've been back on and off that wagon for a while. But what I think is more important, look, there's things that Ronnie brought up today. He brought up sugar. I'm not going to give up sugar. Not the good sugar, right? I can't do it. But what I can do, I don't drink soft drinks anymore. I drink water. I do drink coffee. But I go so heavy on the supplements because there are certain things in my life that I enjoy, and I can't. It's hard. I enjoy Haagen-Dazs, man. I do. I don't do it every day. But I'm not going to.
I didn't quit nicotine altogether. I switched to vaping.
Yeah.
And I know that there's a lot of bad things out there about vaping, but I honestly think that's a lot of BS too. That's the big tobacco industry is using their power to swing around to keep people on the stuff that they sell. Right?
Yeah,
they can't control it, but it's through some small shop.
Right. I vape and I enjoy vaping. And the thing is, remember the whole. I thought about this the other day. I'm glad that you brought that up. The vaping controversy, right? That the media brought up, kids dying lung disease. Oh, I did it, right? And we got to shut down all of these companies and kids and Jelly Belly flavored liquid. It was all gone. All of that controversy, all the vape shops are still open. You can still buy all the e-juice that you want with all the nicotine and the flavors that you want. You can go buy a puff pen right now, which are great, actually. I love those things. It's everywhere. I thought that was the end of the known universe, right? I thought vaping was going to crush society, and that whole thing just disappeared. Very interesting how the media picks and chooses who they want to take down that week.
Yeah, and I think it has a lot to do with the money that swings around with it, man. Follow the money. That's always the answer. Who's got the money? Who's got the power? Who wants more money? Who wants more power? Quo bono, who benefits?
Yeah. I think that Juul upset a lot of people because they grew. They made an awful lot of money very, very quickly. They became a very powerful force, and there are other players out there that are bigger that didn't want to see that happen. And
yeah, so I wonder, did they try to get bought out by Philip Morris and resist it or something? And then,
yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think they did. I think they ended up being sold. I could be wrong. Well, listen, E, thank you for the phone call. And once again, go ahead, plug your YouTube channel.
So it's a little weird because if you search just E Honda, like all these different things show up. It's not my channel. But if you search specifically E space Honda 720, no space between Honda and 720, you'll find me.
There you go. Pop it up in Twitter. I'll give you a retweet.
All right. Thanks, man.
Have a great night. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you too. Thanks, bro.
That's a great phone call right there. That's what I'm talking about. And what happened to vaping, about how bad it was? If it was really that bad, wouldn't it still be part of the agenda? That's all I'm saying. All right, remember, you call in. I want to hear Happy Birthday Cat. Who's up next on Fade to Black? You're live right now.
Hi, Jimmy. It's Carla from Central Alberta.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing down there?
It's Thursday night. I haven't heard from you in a long time. You need to say happy birthday to somebody, though.
Happy birthday, Cat.
There you go. How are you? What's going on up there?
Oh, I'm really good. I figured out Skype, so that's how I'm calling.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah. And, well, things are pretty well on a slowdown up here, like really big time. But I just wanted to mention what the native reserves have done up here.
What's that?
There's 46 reserves in Alberta, and up until yesterday, they didn't have any of those COVID cases. The only one is one that's up by Lesser Slave Lake that happened yesterday. They have one person that got it. But what they did, as soon as they realized what was going on, is they met together, like on each reserve. Well, I know about the reserve close to me, Masquasis. But anyways, they met together, and they sent all the elders home, and the disabled and the handicapped, and then they got a place ready for if they do have a case, that if there's a case in their community, they're going to put all those people that are most susceptible there. So they're isolating the ones that can be attacked by this once they have one in the thing. And they also have checkpoints up, and they're following the restrictions. Plus, they have the belief that if there's a sickness, that in your environment there's a cure. And they're very well versed in the plant medicine. So they're doing really good, and I don't see any mention of that in the mainstream media. But
yeah, I would have never heard it if you hadn't have told us. Now, with Canada's so big, and aside from the two coasts, right, when you get to the middle part of Canada, and I talk about it all the time, you guys are wide open, and it's like the Old West, right? You've got big cities, Winnipeg and Calgary and Edmonton. You've got these big cities, but they're surrounded by hundreds of miles of open land and things. So with a province like Alberta, are you guys having the same restrictions there? What's the closest city that you live nearby?
Red Deer.
Okay, see, that doesn't count. Okay, so what's Red Deer?
Oh, Calgary.
Yeah, okay, so Calgary, Red Deer. How many people live in Red Deer? 250? Okay, so jokes aside, is Calgary shut down?
pretty well. I went there around the first of the month to bring supplies to Terry. He's in a long-term care facility.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't get any sanitizer, so I had to use vodka.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
I know it.
No,
It worked really good.
No, you absolutely wipe your hands down, take a shot. You got you got to clean your throat.
Yeah.
So, but is Alberta is Alberta like the rest of Canada, or the rest of the United States, where everybody is being asked to stay at home?
Yeah, well, Trudeau really is bought into the New World Order thing.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks that we should all shelter in place until the vaccine's available. So, but in Alberta, none of us voted for him. So I don't think that we're going to follow that. Right now, a lot of people in Alberta are talking about separating from Canada. Believe it or not.
No. Okay, let me say this.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's pump the brakes here. Let's slow the truck down. Isn't the image that I have of Trudeau is that he's hip and cool? That's the image. He's almost too young to be PM. So are you saying that Canadians don't have a view of him as being this hip, cool, dashing dude? You think he's sold out to the New World Order?
Oh, yeah. He sold us down the river a long time ago. He gave $26 million to the Clinton Foundation,
right,
and then told Army vets that had their limbs blown off in defending our country and other countries, he told them they were asking for too much. This was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, like I said, I have this image of him of being just like hip and cool, like one of us. He's not.
He's Castro's son. If you look at pictures of Castro and him at the same age, they are spitting images of each other.
Wow, you're going there. Did you just go there? Yeah. And he managed to get, okay. I don't know a whole lot. I haven't stayed on top of Canadian politics. I know that you guys are there. I know that you are the country above the United States, but you guys don't cause trouble. You guys behave yourselves, and you don't bring a lot of attention to Canada. But can I say one thing? Kim's Convenience. Sure. Kim's Convenience. Have you watched that show?
No.
What?
I don't watch TV.
Oh, you've got to watch Kim's Convenience. It's representing Canada to the rest of the world. It's a great show.
Oh.
It's a comedy. It's a comedy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a comedy about a convenience store in Toronto. It's great.
Oh.
It's funny. It's a really funny show. But thank you so much. And you haven't checked in a long time. And we really miss you around here. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Jimmy. And I want to say thank you for being there. Because during all this, at least I know that every day I get to connect with my Fader family and that you guys are going to be there. And so that's really helping me.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Carolyn. Behave and be well. Go Beckley Tappy.
Yes, you too. Go Beckley Tappy, Jimmy.
Perfect. There you go. Thank you so much, Carolyn. And, Canada checking in is always very important, but she has been with the show since the beginning, and it's great to hear from her. All right. Fade to Black, Thursday night, Fader Night. Open lines all night long. More of your phone calls are next. Stay with us.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
Always on the edge of the hottest alternative talk. Jimmy Church with Fade to Black. KGRARadio.com.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo
yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
Do you want to be an official FADERNIGHT? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com. Introducing the new Surfer Music app. Listen, Fadernauts, you know I love my music. This is my go-to for all things notes. The Surfer app is a brand new concept in music listening. Surfer is free, providing unlimited access to thousands of live streaming radio stations. Surfer is an exciting, interactive listening experience. Discovery and surprise are built right in. Surfer is your destination to discover and rediscover great live streaming music. It features high-quality audio streams, free access to music from thousands of live streaming radio stations, unlimited listening, unlimited skipping. You get a music visualizer, and you can also select your favorite channels. Get it at the Apple App Store or Google Play. Just search Surfer Music or click on the Surfer banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Go Beckley Teppy.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA. KGRARadio.com.
If you have hard water, the lime scale not only leaves white spots, it clogs pipes and breaks down appliances, costing you hundreds of dollars in energy and wear. Eliminate lime scale and other water issues like brown staining and bad odors with HydroCare water products, available from Wave Home Solutions. Wave's affordable water systems don't use salts or chemicals. You'll love the way your water tastes, smells, and looks. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, go to bestwater123.com. That's bestwater123.com.
Are you intrigued by paranormal talk radio? You'll love the new paranormal radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the paranormal radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the paranormal radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader Night. Open lines all night long. Happy birthday to Kat Fleming. I just said it. You better say it, too. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hello, Jimmy. This is Tarita.
Tarita, hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing? Happy birthday, Kat.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you for saying that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And happy birthday to everybody else that's having a birthday on the planet today.
Right on.
And I just want to say hello to you, Rita, the community, and all the Fadernauts. And I enjoyed listening to Ronnie and all that he's doing with his herbs. I think that's awesome that he's pushing that on the planet.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So there you go. What's really quick? What's new in your world?
Well, what's new in my world is I survived a horrific surgery that I got my ureters, one burnt off and one sewed up during a surgery. But thanks to Dr. Russell Hayden, he saved my life at 2:30 in the morning. So I'm alive, and I had to heal up quick because as soon as I got out of the hospital, the coronavirus was taking over the planet. So I kind of had to put my personnel issues that was going on with me aside, and I went out and started meditating right away and seeing what was going on and talking to Star Nation and being like, hey, what's up? What's happening here? And what the quick message I want to get out there, I know I'm always so serious when I call in, but I really feel like they really use your network to broadcast through. And what they would like for people to know is that they're in the frequency of the airwaves. I mean, this is their technology, artificial, natural, whatever. They can tap into it and listen. So from my understanding is this is a time where the planet is actually shifting. We're shifting actually into a higher consciousness, and the planet is cleansing. And this is a time for us to kind of look inside ourselves and to get back to nature. Yeah, maybe the dark forces are trying to keep us apart with social distancing, but that's okay. Spend time with your family. Be creative. Use your imagination. Go outside. Spend time in your garden. Connect back with the plants, the animals, and nature, because that's where you're going to level up. What they're teaching me is during this time, we're going to level up. So those of us that spend more time being positive and helping each other and just helping one person will put that frequency on the planet. A year ago, I did that walk for humanity, for the planet, for humanity, and for love. And now that's taking effect this year. And so they tell me, don't feed into the negativity. I don't listen to the news. I don't pay attention to any of it. I do what they tell me to do. And they tell me that those of us that stay grounded and level up on a positive vibe, the frequency, we're actually tapping into the universe and we're tapping into their technology. We will be the ones that will be holding the space, like Laura talks about, Emery Smith talks about, Corey Good. They all talk about this stuff. And Corey talked about one time that we were going to go through a solar flash and the planet was going to shift. Well, it's not so much that we're going to go through a solar flash. We're going through a time where humanity needs to get back to themselves, going into the church and praying, going into the sweat lodge and pray, whatever. Don't worry about that. Go outside and look up and meditate and give yourself respect. Once you start forgiving yourself, forgiving others that wronged you, and forgiving yourself for wronging others, you will actually level up with them, and you will start getting technology that when you think it, you can make it happen. I heard you talk on the last two shows now, and I heard Rita talking about the Mandela effect, that you can think it and you can change it. And then when they're down here changing things on the planet and leveling us up, you might set your keys down on the counter and then go to bed and wake up the next morning and they're gone. And you're scratching your head going, okay, I set them there. But actually what's happening is the planet is shifting, your consciousness changed, and you might find your keys inside your purse or whatever. But what I'm sharing is that we don't know and understand their technology and how it works, but it's happening. Do not let the dark forces put negative thoughts in your mind about they're trying to take over. If you agree to it, you're going to allow it and become a part of it. So my message from them to share with everybody on the planet, and it's not just on your radio show, I'm talking about it with everybody, that we have to stay positive. Do not agree to the negativity. Go out there and work on yourself. And when this all passes, we will be able to use their technology. And that's the most important thing I want to get across. I'm not trying to waste anybody's time or anything. I'm just trying to share some real serious information that they're telling me, and they're coming down here. I remember people are like, well, are there going to be shifts? No, they come in through the plants. They come in through the animals. They come in through the trees. They come in through the lights. They come in through the radio. They come in through artificial technology. They come in through natural technology. They are here with us. So just let the coronavirus die down. It's just not a big deal. I mean, it's just actually, to me, what I think, in my own opinion, is we're getting rid of some of the older human technology of maybe some of the baby boomers that could have wanted the planet to steer in a certain direction. And maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but some of them are going to get off the planet and go where they need to go. And it's going to be our generation, the 60s and on down. We're going to start leveling up and we're going to start cleaning this planet up. So that's the most important information that I want to share with all of you guys. I love you, Jimmy. I love Rita. And I'm so grateful to be alive. I almost died 2 months ago, but because of Spearfish Hospital and Rapid City, they all pulled together, saved my life, and I'm here today. And I thank Star Nation for putting that doctor on my path to save my life. And so I'm grateful that I'm able to call in tonight. And if I find out any more new information from them, I will get on and share. But for right now, that's the most important thing, is do not agree to the negativity. Stay positive. Get outside. Work in your gardens. Work with your animals. Don't worry about the social distancing. Spend time with your family. This is the time to spread that frequency that I talked about a year ago.
Thank you so much, Tarita, and go Beckley Tappy.
Go Beckley Tappy. That's what's up, Jimmy.
Thank you so much, Tarita.
Thank you.
You too, Tarita. Thank you
up?
so much. And a great positive message. And she did go through... it was just really, how do I say this? Because you don't want to have anybody going through that kind of trauma. And she did, and she called in tonight. So thank you so much for that, Tarita. And I'm looking for, yeah, Rita, but I need some more information. You got to give me more information than that. All right. I'm just going to start with the top and work my way down then. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
That's a special honk for a special fader not who's having a bad week, Jimmy. I think you know who she is.
Oh, who's having a bad week?
Oh, you know, Forsaken kind of had a rough week.
Well,
I told her I'd give her a special honk for
it. There you go. Oh, man. I miss her voice already. She needs to call in tonight. So what's cracking? You got to say happy birthday to somebody.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday, Cat.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So what's on your mind tonight, JT?
Oh, well, let's see. I wanted to thank you for resharing that story with Rodney Lively, because I've heard it originally just audio, and then I heard it audio. But when I rewatched that, Jimmy, I was laughing so hard. You animated that thing.
Man,
that was crazy.
That was a crazy night, man. That was a crazy night.
Yeah. Did you catch that reference last night when I said that you were talking about Nicholson's birthday, you know? So I shot out there A Few Good Men. A couple minutes later, I put As Good as It Gets, the movie with Helen Hunt, and you picked it up as Good as It Gets for River Moon Coffee. But it was right on, man. I was like, that's right on.
As Good as It Gets was a really good movie. That was a really good movie. I can't believe he's getting that old. I don't want that breaking news to happen anytime soon. But yeah. Hey, have you seen, what was it called? The Shining Part 2.
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it came out. We watched it a couple of months ago. It's really, really, really good.
Oh wow!
And I want to say, who played? Was it Jake Gyllenhaal?
Oh, he's good. He's good.
Somebody played the young Jack Torrance. Oh, geez. It's really good though. It's a really good movie. I can't remember the Dream. Somebody post that up. What was that called? The Shining Part 2. Really
I remember hearing about it, but yeah, I never.
Yeah, it was actually very good. When something like that is made, you need to be careful. So there you go.
Right.
So there you go. Yeah. What are you doing tonight? What's on your truck?
Tonight? You had to ask, didn't you?
Yeah.
Sweet cream butter.
JT, thank you so much, my friend. You're the best.
Hey, yeah, I tried to send an email to you and Rita asking about me donating a premium membership to a fellow disabled veteran like myself or something. You know, somebody thought a little worse off than I am, but it got kicked back. I don't know. It said like something security, some link, but I didn't have any link in there. I was just saying, hey, I'd like to do this.
Oh, yeah. We've got lockdown email, man. We've got lockdown email.
Yeah.
Did you send it directly to me?
I don't have your direct thing. I just send it to Jimmy Church. I send it to Rita at Jimmy Church and Jimmy at Jimmy Church.
Yeah, it's Jimmy at jimmychurchradio.com.
Well, that's what I did. Yeah, I mean, I did. I had the right addresses on there.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure. I can resend it, you know. But,
yeah, double check. But we do have some very severe email. I'm just letting you know right now.
Oh, yeah, I understand that. I mean, I didn't take it personal. I said, I knew what you got. Yeah, yeah, you have to today, you know.
Yeah, we can get that arranged for you, though. Okay, we can get that arranged. All right?
Yeah, and this week just blew up my mind with Isaac Arthur and Manu Sesavide and Adam Curry. Man, I was a hockey goalie in high school, and then I got hit in the head so many times I joined the Marine Corps, and now I'm just a stupid truck driver. My mind just melted, Jimmy. And I just want to tell you how much I appreciate having those guys on, because I feel a lot smarter after that.
Yeah, it's a fun week for me to do as well. I mean, my whole goal has always been from the very beginning to learn something. That's the whole goal. If I can learn something, then we all do it together. And that's the whole point. Right. You know, you got to bring a guest on that challenge the mind.
Oh, man.
You know, and what
a week.
Yeah, and what's the point of listening to any show, right, that you agree with everything? That's pointless. That's boring. You need to be challenged. You need to get your blood boiling. And the other point is, you don't bringing on a guest that doesn't how do I say this? That doesn't expand the mind. Well, where are you going to go with that? You want to go, man, I never heard that before. You want to jump over on Google, you want to punch it in, and you want to jump down a rabbit hole. That's what you want to do. Right. And we did that every night this week. Every single night.
I got to go back and listen to them to jump down those rabbit holes. Man, I'm like, holy moly. You know, I mean, you are in, I think, all the knots out there and all the listeners, you are in the big show. I mean, after I said that when you had Uri Geller on, but you are in the big show, Jimmy.
Thank you, JT.
You're a very humble man, and you are in the show. You're on top. You're the top dog as far as I'm concerned.
I'll see you.
Anyway,
I'll see you tomorrow night on Coast.
Happy birthday, Kat. This one's for Kat. Number 62426. They can go Beckley Teppy.
Go Beckley Teppy, JT. Take it easy,
Have a
man.
good one.
You too.
All right, buddy. Bye.
Any trucker that calls in, any driver, any long haul that calls into this show is special, and even more special when they hit that horn. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Happy birthday, Kat Fleming from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Your University of Manitoba friend there, Matt. How's it going?
How you doing, Matt? Everything good?
Oh, everything's good. It's been rough for all the exams, but we've gotten through them, and now we're happy and they're done for the summer anyway.
Yeah, let me ask you something. Since you're a university student, if I went out and dropped 50, 60, 70 grand so I could go to Stanford, right? Or so I could go to, you fill in the blank. And then that college says, okay, nothing on campus. Everything is online. Do I get a refund? Do I get a refund? Am I entitled to a refund? I mean, part of going to a big university and spending that money is hanging out on campus and walking around the majestic buildings, down the hallways, into the laboratories, hanging out, causing trouble, beer bongs, you know, the whole college experience. But if I've got to now attend college online, am I entitled to a refund?
I think you should be.
Yeah. I don't think it's cool.
Do keep in mind, though, there is certain advantages to being online, right?
Yeah, but it's not a $70,000 advantage. And if my children, and you fork over the big bucks so they could go to and have the college experience, and then suddenly they're going to turn around and come back home and back into their old bedroom and take classes online, and I've just forked over X amount of dollars, or a college loan I got to pay back, and I might as well go to University of Phoenix.
You know what, I'll tell you right now, if you're paying $75,000 for any kind of university and it's nothing less than engineering, then you better get your ass to Canada, boy, and I'm not kidding, and get yourself some real bang for your buck. Because not only the schools here are pretty high quality, like I had the option of going to MIT, and I said screw that, and like I'm sorry, like I'm not going to come down to the United States, spend thousands of dollars on show when I'm there to do the job.
Right.
You know.
Right. And
I'm serious about getting the only, like, I technically, like, I'm 35 years old. I've already got 2 other engineering associate degrees, and I'm there to do some upgrades because I have a specific need, and that need is to fulfill energy technology that we can convert to an electrical source that can be, 3D printed, like Richard Dolan said, so that way people like you can have an iPhone charger that has energy out of nothing and keeps it up nice and warm, or nice and charged up, and maybe you can power up your guitars with it too, and beat the system, and then have it 3D printed by everybody. That's my goal.
Right. Just put that stuff out in the public domain and let her rip.
Absolutely, and I've already got a bunch of designs and stuff ready to go. I just lack the funding to kind of get it up and going, and heck, I would love to send it to you.
Yeah, well...
It's getting bounced back in your email.
Well, yeah. What was I? Oh, Kim's Convenience. Have you checked that out yet?
No, I'm not into television either, buddy. Sorry.
Oh, man.
I have turned off my television and never went back to it when Donald Trump won the election.
Right.
I just said, you know what? My life has been so nice.
Right.
No social media.
I can see it.
No Facebook, no Twitter, nothing.
I can see it. There's advantages to that. But I got to say, this might be the greatest export out of Canada since Rush. I'm telling you, man, it is.
Really?
It is good stuff, man. It's a comedy. It's not some deep, it's not Stranger Things. It's not that. It's a comedy about a family that owns a convenience store. That's it. It's not deep. It's not complex. But it's really fun to escape to, and the actors, it's all CBC, it's all a Canadian production. It's really well done. All right, man. Really quick before I let you go, what's on your mind tonight?
Okay. Well, first of all, you talked about yesterday's episode about the interaction of consciousness and matter and things, and you asked one day of a question if consciousness has mass. And I can say this with a whole pile of argument recognition and a lot of my background, that I am 90% sure that consciousness does not have mass, no more than your mouse running through window when you look at your little bunker cam there, the little computer beside you. Mm-hmm. If you were to look at the mouse there, it would contain no more mass than what was inside the computer if you were inside that virtual environment looking at the mouse, being a mouse.
Right. Makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah, I want it to be the other way around. Reason why,
if you were to be inside that computer system and you were to look at the mouse pointer and you could feel it with your hands, and you can look at it, as big white pointing arrow that's moving around in mysterious ways, clicking on things, and you're sitting there getting out of its way because it keeps poking into you. Okay, all the mass and charge that make the matter what it is, that's the matter. But the mechanism of control from the outside of the environment is that interactive link, and it itself cannot have mass.
Right.
It is only controlling the mass that makes up that arrow. And that's what I think, that when somebody dies, for instance, I don't know if you realize this, but you lose about 10 grams worth of mass.
We've heard that.
And if you were to catch it just right with really powerful infrared cameras, you might start to see weird little ectoplasm things coming out. You're looking at essentially charged particles kind of bundled all up together.
But how could you have 10 grams of something if it doesn't have mass?
Well, you're having 10 grams of charge that's controlled by your body. So if you look at the ectoplasm thing that comes out in infrared cameras that you see with all those ghost hunters and stuff, that has the mass. But there is a mechanism that is binding all of those particles together, charged particles together, in such a way in order to be that plasm. And that mechanism is being controlled through some other external source looking in. Does that make sense?
No, but I learn something every day. Look, my brain, Matt, come on. Ask me if something makes sense to me. I have a hard time figuring out the recipe of a fine chocolate chip cookie. So,
can I give you one more thing really quickly before
absolutely.
All right. You asked something. Okay, pyramids. A quick way of getting blocks in place. Like we're talking the massive blocks in place right now. If you wanted to get those blocks in place really, really quickly with almost next to nothing, did you ever stop to consider that they could be poured into place and informed using water and sound?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, the evidence of that, believe it or not, seems to match, like even if you go to all the walls in Pumapuco and all the other, and like in ancient Rome, we started looking at the pillars. What makes more sense is if they're poured into place, and what you see that gives you the evidence of that is a skin peeling effect that you see in all that rock.
Yeah, I've watched so many documentaries about this theory. And it's certainly within the technical side of what society was back then. I mean, could everything have been poured? Would have been a lot easier to pour 2.5 million blocks. Actually, it's 5 million when you consider both pyramids sitting next to each other. There is that part of it. The other side of it is that all of the evidence and what limited papyrus and different things that were inscribed on different pyramid texts clearly show them shaping the stones with chisels. So I don't know. I haven't seen anything showing or describing over the years pouring concrete or liquid mortar of some kind into a form and letting it set and then removing that. So I don't. I don't know.
Sorry, what if the tools that you're looking at isn't chisels, but they're like if you were to plaster a drywall with like those little plaster tools, what if you're looking at tools that form plaster?
Yeah, it could be anything. I'm with you.
That's something for me to think about.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing. I don't know. I don't know, and we have to listen to everything. I spent a good amount of time looking at the liquid side of the blocks, and went down that rabbit hole, and came to the conclusion, hey, that's possible. Absolutely. Yeah, that's possible. Hey, Matt, enjoy the rest of your night, man. Give it to me.
Absolutely. Go back, Lee Tepe, buddy.
Go back, Lee Tepe. Matt from Winnipeg. Thank you, man. Have a great weekend. We'll see you tomorrow night on Coast. That's a great phone call right there. Matt from Winnipeg. So Canada gets a hit TV show. It's in its 4th season. It's bleeping brilliant. It's funny. It's all of that. And everybody that's called in from Canada tonight has not seen the show. I can't believe it. The show is called Kim's Convenience. You haven't seen it, check it out. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. 747-228-2051. It's Thursday night. It is Fader night. More of your phone calls are next. Stay with us.
Hi everybody, this is Rob Halford, the Metal Guard on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station, Salt Lake City, Utah, Van Buren, Arkansas.
Why is it we're not very good with our health regimen until it's too late? We don't put oil in the car until the engine blows up. When the body's out of balance, your health is not so good. Give your body some love. Log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. Try our Life Change Tea, which cleanses you from harmful intruders. A clean colon is one of the ways to bring the body in balance. We also carry organic supplements to help you get where you need to go. So do your body a favor. Log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. You can even visit our sales page to save some dough. Does anybody call money dough anymore? Anyway, if you're looking for short, helpful health tips, go to YouTube and punch in Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now. So, log on to getthetea.com, shop, get balanced, then learn some cool tips at Health Matters Now. You'll be glad you did. That's getthetea.com.
Your contact for current news and trending topics. KGRAradio.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I only drink Fade to Black blend coffee from Rivermoon. Just click on the Rivermoon Coffee banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Promo code F2B Blend.
So are you tired of being tired? Well, then it's time to get the tea. Hey, it's Lisa here to tell you about this all-natural, all-organic tea I've been drinking that has had great results for over 20 years. It's called Life Change Tea, and it's specially formulated to help detoxify and cleanse your kidneys, liver, colon, and blood all at once. The colon is one of the most ignored organs in the human body. The faster that waste is eliminated from the body, time, younger looking skin, increased energy, and a happier outlook on life. So if you're tired of being tired, get the Life Change Tea at getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. And like me, you'll be glad you did.
Did you know that when you're on the road with limited data or Wi-Fi available, you can still listen to every minute of Fade to Black by just calling 605-562-4482. No smartphone, app, or internet needed. It saves your data plan and no extra cost if you have unlimited minutes. Just call 605-562-4482. You can listen to me, Jimmy Church, on any phone, anytime, anywhere. Go Beckley Tappy.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why fade to black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. It's Thursday night. It is Fader Night, the best night of the week. 747-228-2051. What a great night tonight. And I'm just going to kick off this next phone call with happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Kat. How are you?
I'm good. Oh my God, it's been 100 years.
You know, I was gonna do my best Pepper Keenan. I was gonna do my Clean My Wounds Happy Birthday song, but I digress. How are you?
How old am I?
No, I did not say that, young lady. We know you're 29.
29.
Yeah, 29 years old.
I'm good. Today was my first day back at work for the past 7 days, and I couldn't have been happier to get there.
Can you believe, I'm looking at, Lisa just posted this, man, I have no idea when this first hit the internet, but you and your cut up Fade to Black shirt at the club. And and did you realize that back then you were going to start this trend with the Fade to Black shirts that ended up and it's so cool, and I can't I'm so humbled by it. Every time somebody posts a picture, but you were right there at the beginning, weren't you? What inspired? What inspired you to mangle a Fade to Black shirt like that?
Because I had to metal it up a little bit for my live shows, and then I got everybody going, "I want one like that," and I'm like, "I don't know, this was a lucky mistake because I didn't screw it up."
And I do want to thank you for that and say happy birthday. But you don't think I don't notice this stuff. But when you because you're part of the metal community, you're a singer and you do all of that stuff. But you're hanging out with the bands that are touring and coming through, and it's a community, it's a family. But you're posting these pictures of some of my heroes out there, like Pepper. Man, Pepper's just the coolest dude ever. But when you're standing there with them, I have to ask you: do they go, "Who's Fade to Black? What is that?" Do they ever ask you?
I know Pepper did that night that picture was taken, and I think whenever I talked to him in Fort Worth at the Rail Club, because he was bumming smokes that night, and he's like, right on.
Oh, man.
This about the only reaction you're going to get out of him.
And how's the band world?
Okay, this is so sad, but 2016 is the last time we played live, and it's 2020.
I can't believe
split
it.
Up.
Yeah.
The bass player, he started the "I'm gonna quit" trend, and they're so hard to come by, and then it just fell apart. I was dating the drummer, and it fell apart, and it's. I'm so happy now, though. Oh my gosh, I have those memories, and it was a big part of my life, and man, I wouldn't trade it for anything, but I've kind of just stepped away from that whole, that genre. I mean, I listened to it. I even had Volbeat tickets for the April 11th, and I'm so upset that we can't go because of this mess. I mean, I know it sounds selfish, but oh my God, I missed them 3 times.
Right.
But I think if I wouldn't have gotten Volbeat tickets early, this pandemic would have never happened. It's all my fault.
Well, now what is it? Yeah, what is it about heavy metal and UFOs, heavy metal and conspiracy, heavy metal and the Illuminati, heavy metal and the New World Order, heavy metal and that community of which I'm part of? They get it, right?
You know what it is? It is because that music takes actual talent and thinking and delving into your part of yourself, and that you probably wouldn't let anybody in otherwise. And those channels, I believe, come open the more you express yourself, and you look for what's real in metal, and you have to dig deep. It's not like you can just get up there and fake it.
No, that's right.
My theory.
And it's also fun to write about. Right, you're able to get these subjects into the songs, and if you think about it, if you go back and look at a band like Rush, and look at their work, so many bands like that. Rush certainly isn't the only one, but they did album after album after album after album about these subjects, and trying to help humanity and an entire generation of fans out there exposed to these subjects, and they may not have reference to it anywhere else, but they get it through the music, don't they?
It's crazy because I listened to those songs growing up, and until I was made aware, I really can't even give you an exact date of when I went, but now I listen to those songs, I'm like, well, how did I not know that's exactly what the heck they were talking about?
That's
how
right.
did I not know?
That's right. When there is, especially if you go back, even if you go to Rush's first album in Working Man, and what that song is about, right? And the struggles of what it's like to be human today. But there are moments in 2112 where, you know, I'm sitting there with my headphones on and a bong, and you're listening and reading the lyrics over and over again. But there were moments in that really opened up my mind about the possibility of a government taking over every element of our life, and that you can't rebel against it, right? And that's it you know, because they would bring you down and hold you back. That was tremendous. And then the end of that side one, which was the entrance of the Solar Federation, right? Where the ET arrives. And
see, but I just feel so ripped off that I was so sheltered. You know, my dad was a pilot, a B-52 pilot, and he passed, and I'm not even kidding. The 3 months after he passed is whenever I started listening to you in like 2013. And I missed every chance I had to ask that man all this stuff. And it was like, I'm like, are you serious right now? Because I used to laugh at it. I'd be like, okay, you know, aliens, whatever, you know. And
right.
Oh, I feel so ripped off. Like there's so much, you know. Even he used to take me out and stargaze with a telescope. Never mentioned nothing, but he never did not mention anything.
He never did.
Nope.
Do you think if you asked him, do you think he would have opened up?
Yes, I 100% believe that he would. But I also believe that it's a reason why maybe it didn't happen until after he passed. I don't know.
Yeah, how fun is it? How fun has it been for you when we say OG Fade or Not? You're who I think of first, and for you to have ridden the wave of Fade to Black from the beginning to what it has grown into today, how does that make you feel?
I'm so excited. I'm so glad I've found myself again, and I found y'all again, and it was twisted up there for a couple bits, and I remember, you know what, I remember the first time I really got accepted and started the Twitter, because Les had to teach me how to use it, was whenever he sent you that cake.
Oh, yes.
UFO cake.
Yep. I looked at pictures of that the other day. Yep.
Yeah, and I was like, man, this is so, because I found you through Coast to Coast, and it was whenever we were talking about the Malibu underwater base was like just starting to get attention, and yeah,
man, that was a while ago.
Man, I know I'm 100. I told you.
Yeah, see if we and I do this from time to time. I haven't done it on the show, but I made up a list that it stays. I've got a folder, and I add things to it. And I go back and I look at the list of the subjects that the community has gone through, and it is mind-boggling. There's a few things that come to mind at first, and you start to discuss this, and you look at it. It's incredible, the things that we have gone through since 2013. It's since we started broadcasting. It's been an insane ride. Insane.
It never it gets better. And you think, oh, it can't get better. Oh, it gets better and better and better. Yeah, I mean, you remember the Femme Fatale week? And I mean, it's been, I know. And oh, and do you remember whenever I called that one time and we had just played with like Texas Hippie Coalition and that demon voice came over the phone? And
I do.
That one, West Virginia. Oh my gosh, what is his name? I feel bad. I can't remember. He called in and right
Kevin.
after me, and he's freaking out.
Right.
Yes, because he heard it. I didn't hear it. You didn't hear it, but he heard it.
Right.
Oh,
right.
It's horrible.
Now,
We've had so much fun.
Mark Tirana just posted a picture. So here you are. You get introduced to Fade to Black, and you're doing your thing, and you head out there into the world, and you meet Richard Bleepin' Dolan.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I met Richard, and we hung out, and me and Nick Redfern, he took me to, he lives right over in Dallas by me. He took me to see Bonnie and Clyde's grave and Oswald's grave and all over the place when I went and visited him. And, I miss Race and Micah. Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm looking at a picture of you and Race right here. Yeah, look at that.
And yeah. And then it's just how did all this happen? It would have never happened without you.
Oh, you're here.
Rita.
I didn't even see this picture with you and Linda. Wow.
Yeah. She's so tiny. Oh, and the last conference I had to go to, it was actually snowing, and she was walking, and I pulled up beside her, and she was from the front of the hotel to the convention center. I made her get in. I was like, get in. So I took her down to the convention. I was like, what are you doing?
Here you are with so Eric Von Daniken. All of this because of Fade to Black, right?
All of this because of Fade to Black.
Happy birthday, Kat. Happy birthday, Kat.
I appreciate it. I love you guys. Thank you all for the happy birthdays.
Just go.
Next year when I turn 30.
See you next year. Oh, man. Happy birthday, Kat. And that comes from Rita and I. We love you. And, of course, all of the Fadernauts. Thank you for being a part of this family. And you are very special to us. Again, happy birthday. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you. You too. I got my honey, Jack Daniel's Tennessee honey. Going to shoot one more little tiny sip, and I have to be up at 5:30. So
go back, Lee Tappy.
Go back, Lee Tappy. Love y'all.
Right on, Kat Fleming. Happy birthday, Kat! And what a special phone call. I had no idea. I'm going through. You guys are posting all of these pictures. I had no idea. Happy birthday, Kat. So cool. All right. I'm guessing on this. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jim. It's Lisa.
I knew it was you. I just wanted you to say it.
Or I should say it as a skater girl.
Yeah. Everybody knows who you are. How are you, Lisa? Now, look, how is that? How is that back to back? Kat Fleming, skater Lisa.
Oh, my gosh. I wish we'd done a conference call.
I should have.
That's okay. It was wonderful to hear her voice, and it's wonderful to see you on the bunker cam and hear all the Fadernauts and interact with them and with Rita. I have missed you all so very much.
And again, you've been around from the beginning, right there with Kat.
Oh, yes.
Lockstep.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you two were the
I never
original.
would have met Kat if it wasn't for you.
You guys were the two troublemakers, if you think about it. If you really think about it, you were the original two instigators. Hey, I saw your post earlier, and I thought it was very, very interesting, where we were talking about vitamin D3, right, and going out into the sun. What was your comment? What did you tweet?
I said something like, you need, I think Mark had written that you need a significant amount of sunlight to get, vitamin D3, and I avoid the sun like the plague, and so I said, I'd be in trouble unless I get the tea.
Yeah, I thought you said I'm screwed unless I get the. But the point is. That's a very interesting. I talked about the different cultures around the world, and I'm talking about the evolutionary process, right? Where the societies in Northern Europe, going up into Sweden and Scandinavia and Finland, where they don't have a lot of sun each year, plus it's also cold and everything else, and they stay indoors. That's why vitamin D was added to milk. For them.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does, right? And it's a very interesting concept. And the enzyme that allowed us to digest milk, and all this came from different cultures around the world, but that was one of the reasons why vitamin D was added to milk. The
I remember,
Swedes.
at one time, no one could digest like the lactose in milk.
Here's a picture of Kat and John Burroughs and Nick Pope. Kat got into the circle. There's her and Nick Redfern. Wow, Mike Hanks.
I'm so jealous. I haven't made it yet to Contact in the Desert.
Yeah, I know. Well, we didn't make it there this year, so that thing was canceled.
I keep hoping somebody puts together a Contact by the Sea.
Yeah, that would be great. Well, we did get that one chance to hang out up in San Francisco for the day.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
And wasn't that just an amazing time to have the FADERNIGHTs all there?
That was a fantastic event.
Yeah, that was so cool. So what's new in your world?
Well, like almost everyone, I'm staying at home a lot, but I apparently tore my meniscus in my right knee, so I had to lay off the skateboarding for a little while, but I'm slowly getting back to that. And with everyone staying indoors, the streets are a lot more safer for skateboarding, so it's been great.
Right. Hey, did you see they tried to fill in the skateboard park in Venice with sand?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, to keep the skateboarders out during the pandemic, so they decided it was a good idea to bulldoze sand into the world-famous Venice skateboard park.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
How did that turn out?
Yeah, no, you need to go. I'm not even, my blood's going to boil just even speaking about it.
Okay.
But you can go check it out online. And
thanks for letting me know.
Absolutely. So when are we going to see you again?
I don't know. Hopefully, whenever the quarantine is over, hopefully not too long after that. I would love to see you and Rita again and see any of the FADERNIGHTs if we're able to get together somewhere. But I just wanted to, say hello to you and give my love to you and Rita and your family and the FADERNIGHTs, and tell everyone to please be safe and stay healthy and take time to have some fun.
Thank you so much, Skater Lisa. It's great to hear your voice, and I just can't wait to hang out so we can go out and break some bread. Thank you so much.
Too, Jimmy. Thank you. Good night.
Go back, Lee Tappy.
Go back, Lee Tappy.
That's what I'm talking about. Skater Lisa from San Francisco. And, man, I miss her so much. And let's just stay on it. Let's go to the next caller. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
How you doing?
Who's this?
Rathbone.
Oh, no way.
No way.
I can't believe it. What is going on with the OG FADERNIGHTs tonight? I got Mike friggin' Rathbone. Oh, my goodness gracious. You know what? You might have been the first drummer to send me a Fade to Black T-shirt drummer in the studio pick.
Yes, sir.
No, I believe you.
Hanging out.
I believe you. I've had a few since, but I think that you stirred all the drummers in the world and motivated them to do it. But you were certainly the first. Nice drum kit, by the way. How you doing? Hey, let me ask you, have you seen Kim's Convenience?
I'm with the rest of the Canadians, no.
How is that possible? I mean...
Well, we turned off our TVs, so... You know.
What city are you in, Mike?
Edmonton.
You're in Edmonton. How's the music career?
Oh, yeah, it's on hold right now. If we can't do much, so my little studio here is sitting quiet.
Right.
Not doing much. But I did want to throw something out at you here.
What's that?
I want you to say a word. Say present. The word present as a gift.
I know, because it is. And
okay,
you know what?
Say present.
And say present.
Okay. Now say presentation.
Presentation.
Okay. Now you got it right finally. Okay, cool. I just wanted to clarify that. Because you always go presentation. I'm like, okay, that's obviously...
No, you're right about that. And I was going to bring this up last night with Adam Curry. Because when we went through that entire dialogue about past, present, and future, right? And the differences between them, and certainly the similarities. But the other part of it is to be present. And he said it last night. It is so difficult to understand the present and what a gift it is. And as he said that, to become aware of being present. And when he said that, I was going to jump in. That it is a gift. That's why it's called present. And that's why presents are gifts, because you're in the moment. And you need to understand that being present and understanding and accepting that you are in the present is you are accepting the gift of being present. And I didn't do it last night, but you did tonight. See, that's the universe, Rathbone. That's the universe.
Okay.
That's the universe. Circling back.
I want to chuck something else at you. Okay, this virus that we're all facing, everybody's in lockdown and all that nonsense. Consider it being an alien influence where they kind of seeded this thing, and now it's forcing us all to kind of get along. Everybody's kind of doing the same thing, trying to figure it all out. Everybody's trying to do something. The whole planet's trying to do the same thing, and I don't think ever have you seen the whole planet trying to do the same thing.
Not in my memory. And the other part is that because of the internet, because of worldwide communications, live streaming, everything that we have available to us, we are now able to achieve things virtually in real time. And not only is it the news part of it and being aware, but it is if you have to do something, we can now affect the planet at one time and get everybody focused. That's never happened before throughout history. It's an obvious thing to say, but we really need to be able to do that now. And it seems that we are doing it, and we are recognizing it. And to hear people talk about a paradigm shift and how everybody is different on a global scale in nearly every single country is the one positive thing that you mentioned. If something positive is going to come out of it, it's that, isn't it?
Oh, I'm for sure. It seems like there's, it almost seemed like there was an alien influence trying to coerce us into getting along, kind of thing. But there's so many conspiracies out there right now. Who knows? I'm just chucking it out there.
No, and you're chucking it the right way for the right reasons. And I think I mentioned this last week on the show. But do you think that it's possible that E.T. is observing our reaction, how we are dealing with this?
Without a doubt. They've been watching us for thousands of years. Of course they tuned in.
They have to. They have to. And,
yeah.
And the message, and I've got to head to a break here, but I'll say this. The message seems to have been, Mike, with different contactees and the information is, you guys aren't ready. When you guys are ready, then we'll take things to the next level, but you need to show us something. This could be that moment.
It could be. Yeah, you never know. And I'm just here to say, I'm original FADERNIGHT, way hanging out with the Dark Matter days and enjoying the shows. And I'll let you head to a break here. I enjoyed talking to you, and happy birthday, Kat. Right on.
Thank you so much, Mike. And seriously, you have been with us since the very beginning, and you really made this night special. Thank you so much, Mike.
Yeah, I'll catch up with you again in another year or so. I'm a busy boy these days, doing a bunch of other things. That's it. I got to email you here at some point. I want to talk to you about something. But, I'll take that off air, though. But, take care, brother. We'll have a good one.
Go back, Lee Tappy.
Go back, Lee Tappy.
That's what I'm talking about. It's Mike Rathbone from Canada. Great drummer. And somebody that has been with this show from the beginning. It is Thursday night. It is Fader night. I'm going to take a quick break. More of your phone calls are next. 747-228-2051. You can follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. on the Game Changer Network and KGRA, The Planet. We'll be right back after this short break. Stay with us.
Vivica Fox here, and you are listening to my boy, Jimmy Church, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
But listening to Jimmy Church will.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I take Life Change Tea supplements every single day. It's what I do. Click on their banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Teppy.
Hello, my name is Billy Carson, and I am a best-selling author and the founder of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Together with my team, we have built an all-new conscious streaming TV platform designed with every family member in mind. If you have ever wanted to travel the world and attend lectures and workshops from your favorite speakers but weren't able to, look no further. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. There are dozens of workshops and lectures from speakers you know and love. We have also included amazing categories to assure that your consciousness is entertained and elevating on a daily basis. Amazing interviews, ancient history, ascension knowledge, wisdom teachings, documentaries, conspiracies, mysteries, health and fitness, conscious cooking, meditations, finance, yoga, and so much more. To start your free trial on any mobile device or computer, surf to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's Forbidden Knowledge with the number 4, ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Again, visit ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app. Free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
Erica, Brittany, Gabby, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way. KGRARadio.com.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. Thursday night, Fader Nights. 747-228-2051. Favorite night of the week. What a great show tonight. Happy birthday, Kat. This is the only way to do it. Let's head back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Happy birthday, Kat.
Who's this?
This is James Carroll calling from Florida.
How are you?
Good. I'm
just lost you.
Oh,
okay. Now you're
Eagle
back.
Eye on TweetDeck.
How are you? Are you the
Good.
Are you the Eagle Eye?
Yeah. It's been a while since I posted anything on the Twitter feed.
Wait, did I meet you? Did I meet you at a conference?
Yeah, you met me at Alien Snowfest.
That's right. I remember that. I remember that walking in, and you said, "Jimmy, it's me, Eagle Eye." I was like, "No way!" That's right. I remember that. How are you, man? I haven't talked to you in years.
Something about that moment, actually. I have a problem called absence seizures, and it has to do with TRA malformation, where I kind of just blank out for a couple seconds. And it happened, I met you, and you shook my hand, and then you introduced me to Rita, and I had a blackout seizure for about 3 seconds. And I don't know. I guess it could just be you guys just are so awesome, and I was so excited to meet you. But,
oh man!
I just didn't want to come off as rude because that happens sometimes, and like my facial expressions, it kind of happens. But
wow, I didn't notice that. I wish I would have, because we could have talked about it.
Well, I have something specific I wanted to call and talk to you about.
Sure.
There's something I've been really trying to wrap my head around, something that's really fascinating. Dr. Luc Antoine Montagnier is a French scientist. And basically what I'm trying to do is tie together his work about water memory and the Great Pyramids.
Continue.
Okay, so he has this experiment where he can actually detect the water memory. And you might have heard of the PCR test. It's what they're doing to test for the COVID, SARS-CoV.
Absolutely.
Well, he figured out he can take DNA and suspend it in water, and he can hit it with a 7 hertz electromagnetic signal. And he can have an antenna that gathers the feedback of that electric signal, and he runs it to a different vial that has an antenna with just water, like nothing else, just water.
Right.
Excuse me. Well, he says water has memory, which you've probably seen a million times by now. Like, we've all been seeing images of, like, the water, like snowflakes, stuff like that.
Sure.
Well, he says you can detect that with a PCR test. And so basically what they do, they put the building blocks of DNA, and they put the polymerase, the enzyme that combines them all, and it makes copies of the DNA, basically. So he's talking about sending a signal that creates DNA in water. Actually, it creates some kind of memory in water, and then DNA forms according to that signal. Well, to do these experiments, what he has to do is wrap it in Faraday cages, basically shield the water away from any kind of electromagnetic interference.
Mm-hmm.
Well, bam, there you go. Great Pyramids. Your cell phones definitely don't work inside Great Pyramids.
Interesting.
So,
can you post that up in Twitter so I can go and check it out?
Yeah. For your listeners, basically his documentary is from it's on YouTube. It's just water memory. Dr. Luc L-U-C Montagnier. He's French.
Luke.
And he doesn't have a lot of data that's publicly available. And rumor has it that he's working for China now. But so that's all I have for you. What if life was transferred to Earth through the Great Pyramid in a Faraday cage that we call the Great Pyramid, and all the building blocks for DNA are right there in the Nile? A lot of water, too.
Why not? Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah.
I can't wait for the day, Eagle Eye, where we can finally see how things were done and why. And how close do you think we'll be to being accurate? I mean, with everybody that's thrown stuff out there, right, over the years, and when we really find out the real truth, do you think it's going to be way far out that it's not even going to be anything that's been brought up before?
I don't know, man. There's only one way to find out. It's I don't know that way.
Yeah, I know, right?
Which way it is.
Hey, man, it's great to hear your voice, and don't be a stranger. I'm glad to see you right there on Twitter. And when I did see that, I thought, no, it can't be the Eagle Eye, but it is. It's great to hear your voice, man. It's been way too many years.
Yeah. Nice talking to you, Jimmy.
Gobekli Tepe. You got it. Thank you, Eagle Eye. Original, absolute original OG FADERNIGHT right there. And that is very, very cool. Let's stay on the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. It's Deborah Mon-Thu.
Hey, Deborah. How are you?
Good. Happy birthday, kitty cat. Meow.
So cool. So cool. And thank you for that. What's on your mind tonight? What's on your mind tonight?
Well, Jimmy, thank you for turning me on to Ozark. You recommended it a while back, and I hadn't seen any of it.
It's amazing.
And, oh, my gosh, blew my doors off. I finally finished last week binge watching season 3. I want to ask you, I don't know if you know when the next season is coming out or not.
I don't.
Okay. Who's your favorite character? If you could only pick one.
Oh, man.
I know.
Oh, jeez. That's tough. That's tough.
Jason Bateman's character can talk his way out of anything.
Listen,
it's amazing.
Jason Bateman, first off, Jason Bateman is absolutely great. And I have been going back and catching up on other things that he's in. Okay? He is so good in Ozark. But that being said, let me see. I don't know. That Ruth is strong.
Yeah.
Ruth is strong. Oh, man. I don't know. Laura Linney, Wendy.
Yeah.
She is.
Yeah.
What about the lawyer? What's her name?
Oh, the one who got her head blew off?
Yeah, at the end of the... Hey,
Helen.
Yeah.
Her character's name was Helen.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite, and it's just because if there's all those characters, they're fighting to stay alive through this whole thing, and you've got the cartel and all this. The one that I would never turn my back on no matter what would be Darlene.
Yeah, Darlene is scary as all get out.
I love her. I love her character because you never know what she's going to do next. She's batshit crazy. She is. She is. Darlene scares the crap out of me, and she's the one I like the most.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. She's pretty cool. You know who I do like though, and I've always thought that his characters played really, really well. Is Ruth's brother, Wyatt. Very strong character.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very strong character. And he's always reading some crazy, philosophical book. He's always got a book in his hand. But I got to go, if I'm going to pick a favorite, I'm going to flip a coin between Ruth and Marty. Yeah, that's a tough call. I'm going to say they're both right up there. Ruth's character is so strong. She's so young, and she's got all of these responsibilities, and she's got her family, right? The Langmores. And that part of it, she just plays such a strong character where, look, criminal to the core. The Langmores are a band of criminals. There's that part of it, and you just want her to be the best, and you want her to just continue the struggle, and she plays. I just wonder if what she's like in real life. I've never seen her interviewed, but I gotta go. Jason Bateman, man, wow, right? Marty. Marty Bird.
Yeah, he raised the bar on this role way up there.
Marty Bird. Oh man, yeah.
Whole new respect. Well, my favorite joke from the whole series is, "What did Jesus say to the rednecks?" Oh, the line is, do you remember?
No.
What did Jesus say to the rednecks? Don't do anything until I return.
Oh, man. Deb, thank you for that. Thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend.
Let me recommend a movie to you real quick, though, Jimmy.
Sure.
You know the one that played the cop in season 2, the gay cop?
The FBI cop.
The closeted gay cop, the closeted one.
Yes.
K. Jason Butler Harner is his name. He's in a movie called Letters from the Big Man. It's a Bigfoot movie, and it's not chasing him or anything like that. It's done really well. And another lead character in it is Lily Raby. I don't know if you know who that actress is. You guys watch FADERNIGHT. Watch Letters from the Big Man. It's a Bigfoot movie that's done really, really well, and you guys will love it if you're into Bigfoot.
There you go. Letters from the Big Man. I got it right
Yeah.
here.
Okay. Go Beckley Teppy, Jimmy.
Go Beckley Teppy, Deb. Have a great weekend.
You too, dear. See you on Coast.
There you go. Tomorrow night. And Letters from the Big Man. Okay, I will check it out. And somebody posted up there on Twitter. I want to get that out there for Deb. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Donna from Kentucky. Happy birthday, Cat.
There you go, Donna. Thank you for that.
First off, I've got two movie suggestions, or two TV series suggestions, and a movie for you.
What? Go ahead.
To check out. The first one's on Hulu. It's an ABC show. It's called Emergence. It has 13 episodes right now. I don't know if they're going to have a season 2 or not. The second one is a movie out of Russia that you can watch on Amazon Prime called Attraction.
Oh, it's good. I haven't seen Emergence, but Attraction is really, really good. That's a great recommendation. What's the third?
It's a new one going to come out next month called Upload.
Oh, I can't wait for Upload. I cannot wait for Upload. May 1st. That's coming out.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, that's coming out in a week. That is that movie. Look, I mean, that series, it's my guess that the writers and creators of that series are big fans of Fade to Black. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
It is. It's right there, man. It's everything we talk about. And I cannot wait. Upload's going to be, I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, Robbie Amell is the cousin of Stephen Amell from Arrow.
Oh, is that? Okay. I did not know that. But
yeah, he did a TV series on CW a few years back called The Tomorrow People.
Well,
that was really good.
And for everybody out there, if you don't know about Upload yet, it's about, in a general sense, the ability for entertainment and other things to upload yourself into a digital reality. And the hijinks ensue, right? and you know, if you're going to make a series about that, you can go in any direction, but you are also able to get into the philosophical things and the implications of what that would mean. And then, of course, you are going to have the good and the bad side of that and the funny sides of it, too, as well. And that's what this series is about. And I can't wait. I cannot wait for it. It's going to be really good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you,
Don. And I got
Yeah, go ahead.
I've got a theory, a Bigfoot theory for you.
Sure.
And it's why we don't find bones for them.
Why?
After they die.
Why?
You ever seen that TV series back in the 80s, the original TV series War of the Worlds?
I did see it. Yes, of course.
How the aliens died on it?
How did they die?
When they died, they took over human bodies, but when they were killed, they would they would go to this goo or whatever. What if when Bigfoot die, that's how they die? They turn into some kind of goo, and it gets absorbed into the earth.
There you go,
Donna.
Donna.
You never find.
There you go. Could be.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
And I have a pyramid theory of my own that goes that they didn't pour anything or bring blocks there, that there used to be a big old rock mountain there, and they chiseled it out. I don't know.
Oh,
you know,
the
like
rock.
chiseling out a statue?
Right. The rock was already there, and they carved it into the shape of, and then as they moved down, the rock was already there, so they just carved it into rocks. They didn't have to move it.
Yeah, and then they use those rocks to build their cities.
That's what I'm talking about. Donna,
Yeah.
you brought your A game tonight.
I try.
Well done.
And,
oh, man, Donna, you're the best.
and
Go ahead.
And one last thing.
Sure.
I was listening to your interview with Adam Curry today.
Yep.
And this little thought just popped in my head, and I don't know where it came from. It was a thought that consciousness has its own dimension.
Really? So that would be like
yeah,
the
I don't
fifth.
know what that means.
Yeah, but that popped in your head.
Yeah.
There you go. Consciousness has its own dimension. Wow, that's strong. I got to write that down.
Mm.
Hey, Donna from Kentucky. Have a great weekend.
You too. Go Beckley Teppy.
Go Beckley Teppy. Thank you so much, Donna. That's a great fun. Man, brought her A game. Can't find Bigfoot bones because maybe Bigfoot turns into goo. Yeah, that's strong. Emergence, recommendation, attraction, recommendation, upload, a recommendation. Upload's going to be strong. Get ready for that. It's coming out May 1st, and I've watched that friggin' preview now like 10 times because it's all I've got. But we're waiting for that upload on May 1st on Amazon. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hello, Jimmy. This is Mr. Anonymous.
Mr. Anonymous. Are you wearing the Guy Fawkes mask right now?
Negative.
Negative. Oh, man. What's on your mind tonight?
Jimmy, you guys have the greatest radio talk show in the multiverse, and that includes the host.
Thank you for that, man. But you're anonymous, so you can't even lay claim to this.
Well, I got in trouble in 2015 and went anonymous, and now after the second white paper, I have to come out of the closet a little bit.
Right.
So you can call me Ray from Bakersfield.
Ray from Bakersfield. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. I've got it right here.
And
you are now logged. You're in our caller log.
Very good. You guys really do provide a focal point for a lot of people. I mean, listening to your show is the high part of their day right now.
And thank you for that. All of it was just, I used to say this a lot. I don't say it as much anymore. I don't go back and visit it. But the show is done for me. And what I mean by that is, it's the stuff that interests me. It's the stuff that I like to talk about. I'm not pretending. I'm not being somebody that I'm not. I do like food. I do like heavy metal music. I love the guitar. I'm trying to figure out UFOs and conspiracies and ancient Egypt and Bigfoot and these things. I'm just trying to figure this stuff out. The show is that, right? And so if you just stay true to yourself, just stay there, stay on course. Don't try to be somebody that you're not. You're going to find a bunch of friends that are with you, that enjoy the same things, that are here, that are trying to figure this out, and don't mind talking about a TV series too as well. And that's all it is. There isn't any magic thing here. And that's all it is. So then when I do that and then you say these things, it just means that we're doing the right thing. That's all it means.
No, you're right on. I had to call and share some good news with you.
What's that?
You remember years ago I sent you some pictures of trees between California and Colorado that were pretty sickly. And that's part of the research that I've been doing, and Dane Wigington's been involved with a lot of that. I've got the second white paper published. And the first white paper had to do with UVC radiation reaching your surface. Okay, everybody, including WHO and all of the other health organizations, including NASA, said that no UVC radiation reaches the Earth's surface.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was our first white paper, and that is a proven fact that indeed it does reach the Earth's surface. So now they say nearly all of the UVC radiation is attenuated by the atmosphere, which is fine. That's step one. The second step was when I was working for an Academy of Aeronautics up in Atwater, we had an inspector in from Washington, D.C., and we were outside looking up, and I said, "Do you see that trail up there?" And he says, "Oh, yeah, that contrail." And I said, "It's not a contrail. That's more like a chemtrail or an aerosol injection trail. For one important reason, it persists in the sky. It doesn't dissipate." Well, that's what the second white paper is, and the title of it is Chemtrails Are Not Contrails, Radiometric Evidence. And what I was able to do was to take my spectral radiometer with my phone, which counts into the hundredths of a second, and do a timing overlay of when this trail, this aerosol trail, passed between the sun and the radiometer. And I got some really interesting data out of it, and I managed to do some research on ice crystal attenuation in the spectral regions, and found out that these are actually particulates. They're not ice crystals, because ice crystals pass more wavelengths of the solar spectrum than particulates do. They kind of have a tendency to block it. So that was the second paper. Now, about 2 months ago, when this COVID-19 stuff started, I said, "Hey, it's very simple. Go outside right now because the UVC is high. And in less than 15 minutes, it'll kill anything on your body." So the idea is to go to the beach and get a suntan, and you're clean. And I heard on the news today, that's what they're starting to say is, "Oh, yeah, Johns Hopkins Physics Laboratory is now doing tests on the COVID-19 in a suspension in air, and they're irradiating it with UV radiation." And I said, I know what wavelength of radiation to tell them to focus on, because 270 nanometers is the resonant frequency of those little tiny ladder strands in our DNA. That's when they start vibrating and start separating, which is what causes the skin cancers if you're out in the sun too long. So no magic to it. But I wanted to share that with you because it was all overshadowed. We had it's on Science Domain as the group that published it, peer-reviewed and everything.
Well,
so
can you get that up in Twitter so I can retweet it and the rest of the Fadernauts can see it?
I don't have a Twitter account.
Okay, what's the name of it? What's the name of it again? Say the site. ScienceDomain.com?
.org, I think.
.org. ScienceDomain.org. Fadernauts, get on that and get that up into a Twitter so I can retweet it. Hey, Anonymous, you can also call me Ray. Ha, ha, ha. I just said it. I just said it out loud.
But you doesn't have to call me Johnny.
Yeah, but you doesn't have to call me Ronnie. Call me
RJ.
You can call me RJJ. Okay, we just ran that in the ground. Have a great weekend, and thank you for the phone call. We'll get it up in Twitter, and we'll have everybody check it out. Thank you so much.
Jimmy, say hello to Rita for me. You guys are the best.
Thank you, Ray. Have a great weekend.
You betcha. Thanks, you too.
What a great Fader night tonight, bumper to bumper. Everybody that's left on hold, I truly apologize. I tried to get to everybody. But happy birthday, Kat, and that was the way to celebrate. And I'm going to do a quick toast here to Lynn Lewis. Lynn was the absolute best. Man, we had skater girl Lisa. Mike Rathbone called in tonight. Unbelievable. Eagle Eye. We're talking about going back a long ways with this show. Thank you. You guys made it all very special. Happy birthday, Kat. Faded Black's executive producers, Rita Camarion. Show is produced by Hilton, Jay, Palm, Renee, Dennis, and Kevin. Oh, did you check out Kevin's new podcast? It was released today. Good job, Kevin. Listen to the whole thing. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vitoa, Mark D. Kovar. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intro, Spaceboy. SpaceboyMusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network. Syndication is KGRA, The Planet. It's broadcast owned and copyrighted 2020 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black or the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I'll see everybody tomorrow night on Coast to Coast AM. My guest, Adam Apollo, followed by Open Lines. Until then, everybody be safe. Go Beckley Teppy.